What if I told you stop? Before you blink, the light that lets you see this sentence has already broken the rules of reality. Not metaphorically, physically, because the thing you call light traveling doesn't experience travel at all. Think about that. The sunlight that left the sun 8 minutes ago and just touched your face, from its own perspective, it never made the trip. There was no journey, no distance, no time passing. It was born and absorbed in the same instant. And if that sounds impossible, good, because your intuition is about to be dismantled. You've been told a simple story since childhood. Light moves at 186,000 miles per second. Fastest thing in the universe. End of discussion. But that sentence hides something deeply disturbing. A photon, a single particle of light, cannot slow down, ever. It cannot speed up. It cannot pause. You cannot freeze it. You cannot trap it and make it sit still. Why? Because a photon at rest does not exist. And that's where reality cracks. Everything you know about things assumes they could stop. A car stops. A bullet stops. Even atoms vibrate around positions. But light? The universe refuses to let it stand still. Mass is defined as the energy something has when it's at rest. That's what Einstein's equation really means. E equals mc squared is not about explosions. It's about the energy of simply existing. But a photon is never quiet, never resting, never sitting there. So asking for the rest mass of a photon is like asking the flavor of gravity. The question doesn't apply. Already, light is not a thing the way your brain wants it to be, but it gets worse. According to relativity, as something moves faster, time slows down for it. Push that idea further, closer to the speed of light, and time slows more and more. At exactly the speed of light, time stops. Which means, and this is not philosophy, this is physics, if a photon could carry a clock, that clock would never tick. Not once. The photon leaving the sun and the photon entering your eye are, from its perspective, the same event. No travel, no duration, no in-between. The 8 minutes you measure, that's your time, not the photons. So what does it even mean to say, light moves? Something is happening, yes, a disturbance in the electromagnetic field propagates at a precise speed, 299,792,458 meters per second. Exact, defined. But the photon is not a tiny marble riding through space. It is the disturbance. And quantum mechanics pushes this into pure insanity. In the famous double-slit experiment, we fire photons, one at a time, toward two openings. If we don't watch them, each photon behaves as if it passed through both slits. Not one, not the other, both. It interferes with itself. But the moment we try to observe it, the moment we try to look, the interference disappears. Reality changes. The photon suddenly chooses. Before measurement, it has no definite path. It exists in a superposition, all allowed possibilities, at once. Not because we're ignorant, because that's how nature works. And here's the part that should give you chills. We can calculate this perfectly. Quantum electrodynamics predicts these outcomes with terrifying accuracy. 12 decimal places, lasers, fiber optics, solar panels, your phone screen. The strangest theory ever created is also the most accurate. So maybe the real shock isn't that light behaves this way. Maybe the real shock is that reality itself is not made of stuff moving around. It's made of fields, of probabilities, of disturbances, of events connected without experiencing time the way you do. The next time you see sunlight cutting across a room, don't imagine tiny particles flying like bullets. Imagine something stranger, an excitation of a field that never experiences its own journey, a universe where motion doesn't mean what you think it means. And then ask yourself, if light, the most fundamental messenger in the cosmos, doesn't move the way we think it moves, what else about reality are we completely wrong about?